Hey Charles, how's it going? It's Josh here.
Hey, it's Brandon here too. How's it going? How are ya? Ben's on the phone too.
So, we're getting off to a weird start. It sounds like a radio show already. This is Ben from Secret Machines.
And I'm Brandon from Secret Machines, and you're listening to... Oh, wait.
No. I went too far on that one.
Hey man, you're listening to Josh.
It's Radio Josh.
Yes, the beat keeper.
We had an idea of doing something with you, Charles.
Yeah, like an experiment. There's this place that we really love in Texas.
Yeah, you know, we all spent some time there, and I was born there, so we're thinking about going back.
Yeah, this town, it's called Marfa. It's basically in the middle of nowhere, in the desert.
You know, big skies, big ranches, some art.
Yeah, Donald Judd lived there in the 70s and made a bunch of art there, and it's kind of like turning into some kind of place where people go visit to be inspired, and it's turning into a real strange place.
Yeah, there's some artists around, and we're thinking that maybe we can meet you there and see what happens, and you bring your camera, we'll document the whole process with a film.
Yeah, you know, maybe something more than just music and us playing. Maybe something special, something, you know, maybe we'll figure it out when we get there.
Yeah, the Marfa lights are there, and there's
Marfa
a lot
lights
of
are there.
strange.
Yeah.
The Zona de Silencia.
The spectral beings that nobody seems to be able to explain.
Yeah, there's supposed to be UFOs
Or swamp gas.
geological phenomena. Anyway, maybe we could do a show for it. Maybe we could just do a show for the
We
lights.
could do it in the middle of Don Judd's place.
At Chinati, maybe.
If they let us, who knows? So let's, what do you say? We can meet in Marfa.
I think February is a good time for the UFOs. It's good for us, I think, too.
Yeah, it'll give us time to get off the road. We've just been going at it for like 18 months, playing around.
Like 200 shows.
Yeah, we can check out and do what we love to do. Just experiment and compose, and play music for mysterious creatures, you know, that sort of thing.
Yeah, sounds good. What do you think?
Yeah, man, you in?
It's so romantic. Let's meet in Marfa.
And some people refer to rock and roll as the Kickers. Are you listening to the Kickers?
Kickers? What's that about?
Kickers are normally referred to as cowboys, but that's
like
just...
shit kickers?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a Graham Parsons song where he talks about kickers. Is that what he's saying? Is that what he means? Kickers? It's all making sense. Kickers. Pieces of the puzzle are coming together.
This place was like a dead cattle town in the early 70s. It kind of started in the late 50s after the big cattle boom ended. And then when Donald Judd moved here in 72, the only reason I came here was to go to the doctor, the pharmacy, and buy feed where the Marfa Theater is now, and go back to the ranch.
The town died, and so when Judd came, he was able to do what he did because, he bought all those buildings for nothing. But the town was still dying, and so now this is just the next chapter, and it's had a great financial impact on the town. But again, like the nature of the landscape, the thing that drew people here a long time ago, what drew Judd here, what has something to do with what drew you here, is a kind of allure, a kind of unusual combination of things. You're close to Mexico, it's an arid landscape, it's kind of tough, it's extremely spatial, as you know. And that's one of the first things that to me seems so right about you being here, because the first time that, I heard the music over there, it seemed to take into consideration a lot of those kind of dissonant and strangely almost atmospheric aspects. And so it was a weird and kind of right combination. But those qualities were here, and they're not going to go away, And it has nothing to do with rich people flying in and buying houses. That's,
You look at me like, did you hear that note? No, you didn't. I'm gonna again.
And one, and a two. Let's do it one more time. See if we can get up with like.
Well, Benjamin and I are brothers, and we played music together for a long time. It's weird. I don't know. I mean, we spend a lot of time doing it. We don't spend a lot of time talking about it. Maybe it's the time.
How often do you guys tour? Constantly. So, like, what's your average time between one gig and another?
24 hours.
24 hours.
And how long have you been doing that? Wow.
Yeah, man.
Is that something where it's hard to keep on working on new stuff? Or
It's hard to get enough sleep, really. That's the only thing it's hard to do, is sleep. It's like touring. Touring is like one thing. It's like you go and you're playing and you do this stuff, and it's like you can't create in that world, which is like it's kind of what you're asking about touring. You got to make your own time.
I do it so that I can continue to do it. I do it so that I can keep expressing myself and growing. And I feel like that's my personal revolution, is to just say, I'm expressing myself and I want to do it again tomorrow, and I want to do it again in a minute. I want to just keep doing it. That's
What
not
is it,
the
in expressing yourself, what is it that you want to say?
I'm just expressing how I am, how I feel. There is no one point I'm trying to express, it's just myself.
I mean, it's like when you come down to that, what is it like? What does it feel like?
It feels like a revolution, man.
What is that?
When we can't put into words things that they have a lot of emotion, and then we just get into I think the more you try to define it, the more it kind of escapes. It's like, I don't know. What's it like to cry? What's that feel like? I don't know. Exactly. I just know how it is.
Today, I think there's less political.
Oh, you mean the protest and political songs? Yeah. Oh, yeah. So those are a lot of like protest, religious, political, civil rights protest era, right? Like,
Yeah, but that was way after Bill Haley and his comments, man.
Bill Haley and the comment, that was like, that was one of my first like introductions to, I remember that was like in the early 50s, listening to Bill Haley and the comments.
Yeah.
And then when we were kids, we'd sit up at night because it was the only time you could get a radio station to come in. And there was a station out of New Orleans with Gatemouth Brown. And he'd say, okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we have the national anthem of rock and roll. And a lot of people, you had no idea what rock and roll was, but it's basically the song Honey Dripper, dun, 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 the little shuffle. And that was the national, he considered that the national anthem of rock and roll. And then the station kind of, and you'd hear him come back and hear some music, and then he'd kind of go away for a while. And then it was that, KOMA in Oklahoma City, and Wolfman Jack out of Cunha, Mexico, until the station in El Paso, which is XEROK, turned into like a rock station. Well, somebody took my beer, damn it.
Yeah, we should get some beers. I'll get some.
There's
some got me a
smokes
beer?
in that thing.
You want this one?
There you go.
I'm getting...
You get camera shock. I'm getting lost. I'm just totally lost.
Yeah. I get lost. Yeah.
I get lost too.
Do you want to write it down? Is I'm just like.
No, because I can't look at it.
Right.
You know. I mean.
It sounded good.
It sounds great. It's just, you know.
I'm wondering, does this bother you? This sound? That's good. My bass is on it. It's fretting out on it. The buzz.
No, that's okay.
I kind of like it.
I like it.
Yeah.
You like the fret out sound?
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go.
Alright, well that's.
Pack up my stuff and jump with you after, give you a hand. That's that.
It was such a far out and kind of ridiculous idea. We were gonna come to Marfa, film a movie, write the movie, write the music, film it as it's happening, and I don't know, and then talk about it while we're doing it. A gun somewhere where there's like some kind of culture and like infiltrating it and then absorbing it and kind of wrapping up in something and then see what happens. And we're doing it and it's so much scarier than I thought it was than I ever imagined. You know, it's so much more it's so much more exposing because it's like we come here looking the way we look and acting the way we act. It's like we stand there like sword thumbs and we're like trying to. I don't know, it's crazy.
Well, if you didn't feel that kind of trepidation or fear, it means that it probably wasn't worth doing.
Right.
You know, because it's too. If it's really easy, it's not going to be interesting to you at the end of the day.
Right. Yeah, it's true.
You know,
it's hard to remember while you're experiencing the pain of birth, or whatever. You know, it's it's going to be worth it someday.
The good news is everyone here is insane.
Yeah, that is good. That is really good.
Yeah.
So are we.
Yeah.
What do you think about them not letting us take a picture of the sunset over the boxes? Saying it's been purchased.
It's a work. It's a Donald Judd work.
Or because it's copyrighted, they wouldn't let you take a picture?
No, it's already been sold. Someone owns it. Apparently.
Someone owns it. The copyright to the sunset with the boxes.
The sunset over a Donald Judd sculpture. Yeah.
You got to be kidding.
Nope. That's what we heard. We're gonna get to the bottom of it.
Who owns the copyright to it?
We're good question to find out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you serious? I mean,
yeah, I'm not kidding you.
Yeah, heck yeah. I that's unbelievable. I know they had some lawsuit about some guy that had taken pictures and then someone else used his pictures. And I don't know. I didn't really follow all of that. And it was,
people get touchy about it.
But you would do too, maybe if you, I mean, like, someone took something of yours, but I mean, like one of your...
Well, they've already done it. Look what the Eagles did to me, you know, fuckers.
What did they do?
Huh?
What did they do?
Well, I did those art pieces. I let them use on their album covers, and you know, they wouldn't pay me any royalties or anything, just a flat fee. And then when, you know, like you figure if I got a nickel on each one of them, but it's like, what was it, 3 years ago that their greatest hit sold like 28 million copies in 1 year?
Yeah.
Is the boxes, do you feel like the concrete boxes will ever be considered a public space?
Well, you know, they're an artwork. They're a public artwork in that they are open to the public, like all the other work in our collection. What we've done with respect to all the artists in our collection is, you know, we ask that other artists don't use existing art as a backdrop for other art. You know, you want to maintain the integrity of that's the thing that they made, and you want to keep it as they made it, as opposed to maintain the boxes and make sure they're clean. But it's to maintain the building and then the grounds and then the experience that you have when you come to see the place, and make sure that still stays as pure as it was when it was first created.
Yeah, it seems almost like a garden. You're gardening a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Totally. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, have you? Yeah, I mean, if there's other things that we can, you know, assist with or help with, you know, obviously you have to know what to ask before you ask it. So, but you know, don't hesitate.
question in the middle of nowhere, in the shadows of like a lot of great art, not just Gennady, not just Donald Judd, a lot of the resident artists, a lot of some of the exhibitions I've seen, which have blown my mind, you know. And it's like we're trying to figure out why it's so difficult, you know.
Because this film is not, it's not about Judd, and it's not about rich divorcees, and it's not about escapists, and it's not about minimalism, and it's not about it's not about the border patrol, and it's not it's not about any of that stuff. You know, it's about something else, and who knows what that is. You know, I mean, we would have gone the same pace. You know, had everything gone right, we would have, you know, everything. It would have been easy, but nothing's been easy. You know, and I don't think anything else in this trip is going to be easy. You know, it's just something about around here that happens. I mean, creative energy with the Sierra Mojado, you know, disrupting everything around here. You know, I mean, there's all those stories about that. You know, about like all the car batteries just go dead out here for no reason. You know,
magnetic fields missing.
Computers just don't work. You know, and whatever. It's like I mean, everything. It's always breaking.
The idea behind it was so simple and seemed so like, you know, let's go to Marfa and have a experience and write some music and kind of like involve ourselves with the, you know, the location and the environment and the people that make up it, you know, that make up this place, and see what we come up with. And it's like what we're coming up with is like, it's difficult, you know. Yeah, why film it?
No, but I mean, at some point, it occurred to somebody to film it. Like, why film it? I think like we realized though that we could exist in the world when we sat there and played music. I mean, probably as far out as we could get in front of every kind of person in the world. You know, like farmers and ranchers, and cops and kids and artists, and no one cared, and it didn't really, you know, and there was this. I mean, no one cared who each other was and what their occupation was and what class they were, you know, and it was so amazing for us, you know, and that's what kind of blew me away, and I want it to happen again. I just want to live somewhere where that can, you know, where it's possible again, you know. I mean, I don't know, you know, hopefully it will.
I mean, you can walk down like the middle of your hometown and there's an Andy Warhol exhibition, you know, that's permanently like, what other small town does that happen in? So,
I mean, there was big Donald Judd Shinati Foundation, but it's really skyrocketed in the last few, 5 years. It's a different place. It's a complete different place. Every time you walk down the street, there's a new art exhibit, every place to get a cappuccino. You can get cappuccinos in 6 different places in this town, and there's no pharmacy. It's a wild.
Do you feel like you're a Marfan?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Marfinians for life.
Yeah, we're like
Marfinians,
3 generation Marfans. So, so yeah.
There is outside influences. I mean, you can get acupuncture.
That's
you can get cappuccinos.
That's the thing, though. It was so calm. It was so relaxing. It was a place to escape. That everyone now wants this calm, relaxing place to escape.
And a fucking cappuccino.
And a fucking cappuccino, right?
Exactly. And acupuncture.
Are they ruining it?
No, I mean.
Are we ruining it?
It's
No, tell us, man.
You can tell us.
You can tell us.
I mean, there's totally moments that are just awful, where you see your next door neighbor selling their house for $350,000 when 2 years ago it would have only sold for $60,000, and they sell it for that price, but there's nothing else in town they can afford, so they have to move, and that's one less Marfa, resident whose family has been here for 5 generations.
Right. Yeah, that's happening, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
You don't really hear me though, do you?
I can hear that.
Because it's hard.
I know, we wrote it, man. Just when you get to go do 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 do, just kind of when you're feeling it, like on the chord. So it doesn't, it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to be so. Oh yeah. Because it could be. Yeah, something like. Just when. So you get you. It might sound cool that way. Yeah, let's try that. Can we play Taylor?
One, two.
Well, I think we should just, I guess, just start it at that tempo and try to make it work. Because I think we kind of, no matter what we start at, we kind of always end up in the same place. You know what I mean?
Those places on the planet where more meteorites fall because of the magnetics, it pulls it there. So I'm sure the Indians were quite aware, the ones that were in that area.
So it's geological?
Totally.
Who's saying it's geological?
Huh?
Who's saying it's geological? Like, where are which authorities are saying it's geological?
Well, it's sort of like an elusive. Everybody keeps different scientific groups that have come out and studied it, they keep, making that conclusion without any real conclusive evidence.
Like, it must be geological.
Well, they rule out certain things.
And they're just, they can't be bothered because there's
like, we're pretty sure it's not the ghost of an Indian chief.
What about intelligent beings?
It's not intelligent beings
Well,
alive.
why wouldn't they come into town?
Because they're really smart. They're very intelligent.
They see the lights from the Prada store.
Looking for a good cup of coffee.
That time when we first came here, you were telling the story about the Marfa lights and how there was an air base here, and they did something with the landing strip, and they were doing lights, or there's something about how you said that.
Well, out there where that Marfa Lights viewing area is, if you look out there, you can still see little concrete supports for, I guess, roof buildings or some kind of thing. And they had a runway out there, and they were training pilots during that World War II. And the reason why the United States won the war is we had better air power than anybody else. And they were training them guys out there. And they say those Marfa Lights,
Wow.
From horizon to horizon.
Yeah, sparks. You see space junk coming into the atmosphere, which is wow.
That's like you know something's good happening.
Hear the sonic
coming
boom.
in by total coincidence,
The space shuttle, here we could see when the space shuttle was coming in.
We see the space shuttle 2 times. Some of them look about the size of these kind of things like that, in sort of a yellow color. And those things are definitely intelligent. Like as intelligent as an animal or something. You can tell they're checking you out. They never felt threatening to me, but you can tell they're looking at you, checking you out. And then there's the Marfa lights, which are sort of like that bluish green color.
The first time it was like those ribbons.
Yellow and green.
Yellow and green, and then this red glow kind of scene, and it was like the mostly those ribbons. The vibe there.
Cool. Yeah, I think it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting to say the least.
Yeah.
child weighs on her mind. And mama's looking for a man. 'Cause the daddy's in the doldrums. And mama wants to dance. Yeah, daddy's in the doldrums. And he can barely stand. So where were you? Oh, so where were you? The sky was cold and dark. A breath of overcasting black. I watched her walk away. I know she ain't coming back. 'Cause the daddy's in the doldrums. And mama wants to dance. Yeah, daddy's in the doldrums. And he can barely stand. So where were you? So where were you?
you.